where otherwise it would not happen, probably, in the old Gestalt method. Final point, totally unrelated, goes back to, I think, also your point about the assumption that partners, once they become partners, are fully developed at the ripe old age of, what's median is somewhere north of 35, which is implausible on the face of it. We have been sifting through the results from a survey of 500 partners from firms across the country, including some represented here, and the constant theme that emerges is that a lot of these partners who are identified by their firms as successful, so they're at the top of the heap, we're saying in the complexity of this environment with the range of skills we need to succeed as partners, sink or swim no longer cuts it for partners. And the moral there that brings it back, I think, to this conversation is that you begin to think about things differently, and it'd be interesting how this feeds into your competency model. If instead of thinking, how do we build up incrementally from the foundational level, first year, second year, third year, all these skills, you look at the partner level and at the skills that they say they're struggling with, that the kind of competencies at the partner level they have difficulty with, and figure out how you back from that down to what you need to be doing at an earlier stage in order to build the competencies up. And you don't end up in a totally different place, but you end up in a slightly different place than if you take the ground-up approach.
Sure.
A number of the points that Steve made, I was going to make, and that is the whole idea of really defining both for the firm and the partners and associates, just kind of brings people together in a way of kind of the goal setting. And particularly as it relates to issues regarding gender and diversity, one of the things that I think many firms find is that people are not necessarily coming in with the same experiences, the same expectations, and the same ways of kind of operating in the majority world. And by having mystery around it only exacerbates the problem rather than defining it for people. And there isn't a lot of studies yet about this, but I do think the things I've seen, I think there's an ABA report on sort of best practices for women. One of the things that comes out of that is the more transparency is, the greater the likelihood is that someone's going to be able to attain it. So I just wanted to echo that. And on the partner training, which was the other point I was going to pick up on, that's something that we have gotten involved with. We're now in our third year of doing partner training. We started small pilot, you'll notice the theme, where we decided we were going to start with partners in the first 4 years. And the idea behind it was, one, that becoming partner is a transition that up till very recently nobody really wanted to address as a transition. And there was the concept, well, you made it and you're done, and nothing could be further than the truth, particularly in the environment now where the range of skills and requirements are exponentially greater than they have been in the past. The other thought behind that was that you kind of have to work from the bottom up and the top down in order to get to a point where, again, you kind of meet in the middle. And so it has been a tremendous learning experience for us as, trying to sort of establish what the issues were. And I think for the partners, because it gives a greater recognition of the value, we were talking about earlier, of investing, because they themselves see that in order for them to be able to meet the requirements and progress in the way they need to, that